The janitor's name was Park Min-ho. At least, that's what his ID said. For 3 years, he'd been cleaning the same offices, watching the same executives, learning their routines. What nobody knew was that this building housed one of the billionaires who funded those deadly survival games. Min-ho wasn't just a janitor. He was player 193. And today, the game was finally going to end the way it should have. But why had Min-ho waited 3 years? And which VIP was he hunting in this building? Park Min-ho was 34 years old, medium height, always wearing the same blue janitor uniform. He'd been working night shifts at Gangnam Tower for 3 years, a 47-story luxury office building in the heart of Seoul. His co-workers described Min-ho as quiet and reliable. He spoke Korean but limited English. Never late, never complained, sat alone during breaks. The perfect employee. But there were strange details about Min-ho. Why did he know the security camera angles so well? Why did he check exit routes when going to each floor? And strangest of all, why did he always work gloveless when cleaning the 42nd floor? Security guard Lee had said about him, Min-ho moves like he's memorized the building. He knows every corner, every room. Because Min-ho really did know. He'd been preparing his plan for 3 years. The same routine every night. Go to the 42nd floor, clean the CEO office, check the private elevator, review the security system. But Min-ho wasn't cleaning. He was conducting reconnaissance. Min-ho's small room had strange things. Architectural plans of the building, security camera locations, and hanging on the wall an old photograph, a group photo of 456 people, with "Game Complete" written on it. But Min-ho wasn't in that photo, because player 193 had escaped before finishing the games. The owner of the 42nd floor was Richard Blackwood, 67 years old, American billionaire, CEO of Blackwood Industries. Officially a technology investor, unofficially other things. Min-ho knew that Blackwood came to his office at 09 every day. He'd take the private elevator directly to the 42nd floor, stay until 19 o'clock. Every Tuesday, he held special meetings. Participants always came wearing masks. Min-ho had secretly recorded those meetings. He'd heard Blackwood's voice. Games are becoming too expensive. We need new venues, new players. The public is getting suspicious. And that's when Min-ho understood. The games hadn't ended. They'd just moved locations. Blackwood wasn't just an investor. He was... July 25th, Tuesday morning. Min-ho came to work as usual, but today was different. His cleaning cart didn't just contain detergent. 8:45 a.m., he went up to Blackwood's office, but this time not to clean, this time to finish it. Blackwood hadn't arrived yet. Min-ho thoroughly examined the office. He placed hidden cameras, concealed audio recording devices, gained access to the security system. 9 a.m. The private elevator stopped. Blackwood stepped out, talking on his phone as always. No, the next game will be in international waters. Untraceable. Min-ho pretended to clean, but listened carefully. Blackwood continued the conversation. 456 participants. Winner takes 50 billion won. Losers, well, you know. Min-ho's fists clenched. New games were being organized. New people. Blackwood entered his office, closed the door. Min-ho would wait. Because his plan required perfect timing. 10:30 a.m. Blackwood moved to the conference room. Minho had been waiting for this moment. He quietly entered the office. He knew what he was looking for on Blackwood's desk. The VIP guest list, names of other organizers. But when he opened the file, what he saw froze him. A new player list, 456 names, and at the top, there were familiar names. Other survivors from the survival games were also on the list. They were calling them back to play again. Player 193. Minho froze. Blackwood was standing in the room, smiling. "I've been waiting for you for 3 years." Minho slowly turned. There was no point in hiding anymore. VIP 003. Blackwood applauded. "Bravo, you played very well. The janitor identity was brilliant." "You're organizing new games?" "Of course, that's the business. But you're a special case. You escaped." "Nobody escapes." Minho approached the desk. "This time is different." "How different?" Minho smiled. "Because this time I'm setting the game rules." Blackwood's smile disappeared. "What do you mean?" Minho pulled out his phone. A live stream appeared on the screen. 3 years of recordings, your confessions, VIP meetings, everything. "Impossible. Security cameras." "I know the security system. I've been working on it for 3 years." Blackwood began to panic. "Do you want money? How much?" "Not money." Minho approached. "Justice." "Now you're going to play a game," Minho said. Blackwood's office now had different rules. Minho pressed a button. The office doors locked. "What are you doing?" "A game that should be familiar to you. But this time, you're the player." Minho opened the box on the desk. Inside were 2 cards. "Choose one." "This is ridiculous." "Choose!" Minho's voice echoed. He was no longer the scared janitor. This was a survivor who had planned revenge for 3 years. Blackwood picked a card with trembling hands. It read Truth. Perfect. Truth card. "Now you'll answer my questions." For every wrong answer, Minho pressed the second button. All recordings in the office began uploading to social media. "Stop! This will ruin me!" "Exactly. Now, first question. How many people died?" I just financed." "Wrong answer." Minho pressed the third button. An anonymous tip was sent to the FBI. Blackwood collapsed. "Please." Second question. Who are the other VIPs? Blackwood began talking. He told everything. Other organizers, offshore accounts, future games, every detail was recorded. Minho's plan was perfect, the fruit of 3 years of patience. "Final question," Minho said. "Are you sorry?" Blackwood was crying. Yes, I'm sorry." Minho paused. Too late. He pressed the final button. All evidence was simultaneously sent to FBI, CIA, Interpol, and Seoul Police. Sirens were heard. The building was surrounded. Game over, VIP 003. Blackwood was collapsed on the floor. Who do you think you are?" Minho smiled one last time. "I'm player 193, and today I won." The door opened. FBI agents entered. "Mr. Blackwood, you're under arrest for multiple homicides and conspiracy." They also detained Minho, but he didn't care. Mission accomplished. 6 months later, Blackwood was sentenced to prison. Other VIPs were caught. The survival games network collapsed. Minho was given witness protection. New identity, new life. But where was the real Minho? Nobody knew. In another building in Seoul, another janitor was working. This time his name was Kim Jae-sung, and on his wall was a new photograph, a newspaper clipping showing Blackwood's arrest. Underneath it a small note, "Game over. Justice served." Minho's story shows us, sometimes justice comes late, but it comes. The most powerful revenge isn't violence, it's the truth being revealed. And sometimes the most ordinary people have the most extraordinary missions. Player 193 never gave up. He waited 3 years, planned,